After recently competing in 3 Wi-Fi draft leagues at once, the Welsheons are back in another draft league. This time we're in the MGL, which is a Little Cup league. Little Cup is a Smogon format where they play with first stage Pokémon. The MGL draft league follows most of the same rules as the Smogon Little Cup format, but there are some differences. For the draft, each coach must pick 10 Pokémon overall. We're allowed 1 S tier, 2 A tiers, 2 B tiers, 2 C tiers, 2 D, and 1 E, although you can trade one of your tiers for the tier below. So I could have 1 A tier and 3 B tiers instead. We must have 2 Terra Captains by the end of the draft. Only D tier and E tier Pokemon can Terra. It's open Terra format, so our Terra Captains can Terra into any type we decide, but we have to let our opponent know before the battle starts. Most of the standard Smogon clauses are in effect for this league, and as it is Little Cup, all Pokemon must be level 5. We do have an item clause, so we can't bring more than 2 of the same item because Violite is a busted item in Little Cup tier, and Sticky Web is banned, which might be different to the standard Little Cup tier. The Welsheons had 10th pick overall, so we weren't in the best place, but we did manage to get a pretty decent team that I'm quite happy with. I'm going to blast through the team because some of this was just, I like this Pokemon, so I just drafted it. So we started off with our S tier of Hisuian and Voltorb, followed that up with our 2 A tiers, Coffin and Mankey. Next, we picked up our B tiers, Dratini and Totodile. We only picked up 1 C tier Pokemon, which was Cyndaquil. Picked up 2 D tier mons in Galarian Meowth and our first Terra Captain of Golett. Next up, we had 2 E tiers of Drowsy and our final Terra Captain of Roly-Coly. He was one of the only hazard removal left on the board. I played in the UMPL 4 Brawl tournament, which was Little Cup, and I really enjoyed that. We made playoffs in that, so I'm hoping we can make playoffs again with this team. Now, let's get into our Week 1 matchup. For Week 1, we're playing against Zachmander, who sniped us of Solosis and Terra Eevee. Zach managed to pick up some really good Pokemon in Grookey, Glimmer, and Magby. Grookey is one of the best mons in Little Cup, because obviously it's got that grassy glide and grassy terrain. Packing a Violite on it or a Life Orb, and it's going to be doing some serious damage to us. Definitely expecting the top 3 to come, and the other 3 could be any mix of, say, Sandile, Makihita, Solosis, and Horsea Kufon. Not really expecting Duskull to come, and I really don't want the Eevee to come against me because I don't want to care with that thing. Now for the team we're building, I'm not going to go into the EVs too much because the Pokemon are at level 5, they have a weird scaling with the EVs. First up, we got Bocce, the Hisuian Voltorb. Choice Scarf with enough speed to outspeed everything on Zach's team. We've got max special attack, and then the rest of our EVs have just gone into special defense. Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch allows us to hit all of Zach's team and get off big damage. Static is the ability of choice. Hopefully we can get a paralysis on, say, his Grookey if it goes for a Grassy Glide against us. Next up, we got Rhinoplasty, the Drowsy, with a Violite and Forewarn. Basically just gone for a bulky, physically attacking Drowsy with the Psycho Cut, Knockoff, Drain Punch, and T-Wave. Knockoff is the best move in the game in Little Cup because we can get rid of the Violite on the opposing Pokemon or knock off any of their Life Orbs. Psycho Cut's there for stab, Drain Punch for recovery, and Thunder Wave just to get some paralysis and slow some of his team down. Next up, we got MEOWTH at home, the Galarian MEOWTH, with protective pads and tough claws. This set is here to just be a bit of a nuisance and get damage off where it can. Ironhead, Knockoff, Fake Out, and U-Turn. Knockoff, again, to be get rid of any items, especially at Violite. Fake Out, so we can get good chip off. Every time this comes in, I basically just want to click Fake Out on the first turn and probably U-turn out on the next. Next up, we got Lockjaw the Totodile, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Liquidation, Ice Punch, Superpower, and Dragon Dance. Our HP and Defense IVs allow it to take a Grassy Glide from Grookey and get a KO back with Ice Punch. After a Dragon Dance, we outspeed everything on Zach's team. Liquidation is there for everything else. Superpower for the Kufont. Next up, we got Roid Rage the Mankey, again with protective pads because we just don't want to get burned by the Magby's Flame Body. We've got Defiant just in case the Sandile comes with the Intimidate. Close Combat, Bulldoze, Throat Chop, and U-Turn. Close Combat is really good into Zach's team because only Solosis resists it and Duskull is immune to it. Everything else is going to take neutral or super effective damage from it. Bulldoze allows us to KO the Glimmer and slow his team down. Finally, we got Fred Durst the Roly-Coly because it just keeps on rolling. We've got a Violite to allow us to take some hits, Flash Fire to make us immune to Magby's stab fire moves, Spikes, Stealth Rock, Bulldoze, and Rapid Spin. We've got the dual hazards because Zach has no hazard removal on his team whatsoever. The plan is to set up the hazards, let the rest of the team just get off damage. The dual hazards coupled with our Galarian Meowth Fake Out should weigh down Zach's team quite quickly. So without further ado, let's get into the battle. So Zach has not brought any of his Terra Captains. I maybe thought the Sandile was going to come. But yeah, we're just going to go through with the strategy of setting up our rocks and our spikes and just trying to get damage from there. Alright, so I'm on the run to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, so make sure you leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Yeah, so here's the Grookey. This is always going to be like grassy glide, grassy terrain. Yeah, grassy surge, sorry. So obviously I'm just going to get my terror off right here, right now, and just go grass, because then this thing cannot do anything to us. Obviously it will be super effective with a U-turn if it's packing that, but hey ho, we will take that anyway. I think I did. I'm not sure. If I didn't, good luck, have fun. Yeah, so we're going to get our terror grass off. The rocks are going to be really important in this game because, like I said, Zach doesn't have any spinners, so just getting up my hazards is going to be very, very important to this whole game plan for us. So Fred Durst, keep rolling. Yep, goes with the U-turn. And, oh, okay, that does a lot of damage. That does a lot of damage. Can I learn anything from that? Is it like choice band? I don't know. We will find out. So it turns out that was just like an almost max roll from a normal Grookey. So yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're going to get our rocks up. Now, I can just go into my MEOWTH at home here because this thing cannot touch me. And I mean like absolutely just cannot touch me in any way, shape or form. So I'm just going to go into MEOWTH at home. This thing just doesn't have any moves for us. It goes for a poison move, it goes for toxic spikes, goes to toxic spikes. I can't remember if it gets toxic spikes. Power gen. Yeah, this isn't going to do anything with steel. Okay. My whole not going to do anything is a little bit less than, or a little bit more than what I thought that was going to do. Does that tell me anything about that? This is the, honestly, Little Cup is just wild. Yeah, so they're going to draw. And what is going to come in? What is this? Which in built diff? Who Solosis? It's Makihita. Okay. So this is one of only 2 of their mons that learns knockoff. So you need to be aware of that. There's absolutely nothing that wants to take a knockoff, because obviously we're only allowed like 2 mons with a Violite. But hey, getting rid of the Violite. Built this. So yeah, okay. Oh, why was I 4-1? Not the intention here, but hey. I'm just going to go for a Psycho Cut. The only thing that wants to come in on that is the Solosis, probably. Because it resists it. Makihita does not want to take it. I can just go for the Psycho Cut, and then I'm going to go for a knockoff on the second turn. Yeah, so they're just going to withdraw. And I imagine it's the Solosis coming in to take this. To the beat. I have no idea what these names are. Oh, okay. It's the Grookey. And this is their other mon that can learn knockoff. You know what? I'm very tempted to just go for my T-Wave here. No, I'm going to knock. This can U-turn on me. It will do a decent amount of damage. Or it can go for the knock, which will obviously do good damage to us as well. But we should live, and I can just knock in return. Because I am a Drowsy. It's going to U-turn. Alright. And that does about 10 damage to us. I think the grassy terrain is going this turn. I think we've done about 5 turns, haven't we? And don't sell. This has got to be the Solosis, surely. Here's the Solosis. Okay, so it does take rocks, but it doesn't matter anyway because it's going to get hit with knockoff. Oh, damage. Seed Berry. I've got to be faster than Solosis, surely. Drowsy's 42 and Solosis is 20. Yeah, okay. So I just knock off again. No reason not to. So we're going to pick up the KO with the knockoff. So Drowsy coming in and yeah, getting the KO, which is nice. Oh, so it lessens ghost type moves, the Sea Berry, if anybody wants to know that. And I will try and remember that from future. So Drowsy picking up first KO. This did 10 to us earlier, didn't it? I believe it did 10. So we could potentially take this. Yeah, it did 10 to us and it did 12 to the Roly-Coly. So, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go for my knock again. I don't mind Drowsy going down. Woodhammer will get the KO, actually. Yeah, the crit definitely gets the KO. None of the moves are super effective against our MEOWTH at home. So I'm just going to go MEOWTH at home. And then I am just going to go for a fake out here. Because it's probably going to U-turn. Because it knows it's faster than me and might just want to take a little bit of chip. And they are going to withdraw. What is their answer? Their answer is don't mag. So it's going to be the Magby. We are protective pads, so we do not know. That is not boots. So, yeah. Oh, nice. Nice damage. So we are going to get a little bit of HP back now. And then I'm going to go into Roly Coly. Fred Durst, out you come. So we are going to withdraw, and we're going into Fred Durst, the Roly Coly. We're Flash Fire, so this thing cannot hit us with a Flash Fire. If it's Belly Drum, then obviously we've still got another Fake Out. It's going to Flare Blitz. Okay, so not a problem for us there. Now, I'm going to get up my spikes here, I believe. I don't think this is going to Psychic. I don't think that's going to KO because we are for death. It does not KO. Okay, and it is Life Orb. So, spikes. Thank you. Now, I could go for another layer of spikes, or I could just go for Bulldoze here, which I think is going to be my play. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the Bulldoze. So they are going to withdraw. It'd be nice if they go into the Glimmet. I'd like to get a Bulldoze off on that. Free hazards, they do. Okay, so this is probably going to die to the Bulldoze as well as those hazards. Roly Coly, are you going to pick up a KO? You do not pick up a KO. But you tried. You did try. Okay, but another Bulldoze will get the KO on this. Now, I would like to go for the Rapid Spin, but I don't think I need to worry too much. Do I? Yeah, I'm just going for another Bulldoze. They're going to Sludge Wave. Okay, so they're still quicker. Did not know it would still be quicker at +1. But now I can just go into my Meowth at home. And just go for a U-turn, I think. Yeah. What's going to come in? Magby doesn't want to take too much. I'm just going to go for the Fake Out, actually, because it lets us get a little bit more chip on, say, like the Makihita. Don't Magby, it's the Magby. Okay. We are Protective Pad, so we do not care. Spikes and the Fake Out should get the KO. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, okay, great. So that is the Magby going down. So that is like one of the biggest threats there. Grookey is obviously a massive threat as well. I think that is their last big threat I need to worry about at the moment. Built it. Okay, so here is the Makihita. And they're going to take all of that chip. Now, I might just go for the Iron Head here just to scout some damage. And do we get a flinch? That'd be cool. Sorry, Zach. Sorry, that sucks. But it's cool for me. So just go for another Iron Head, because this will pick up the KO here. And there's nothing that really wants to swap into it. I guess the Horsey is the only thing that really wants to swap into it. And that is the Makihita gone. So Meowth doing some work there. And just a crit. Is this the Horsey? Okay, so this is going to be Sniper Horsey, obviously. Is it like Focus Energy? I'm going to go for the Nokia. And then this might do a lot of damage. It goes for the 1 HP. Okay. And so that is Choice Scarfed. Right. Well, it was Choice Scarf anyway. I think it's like naturally faster than me anyway, because it's a Horsey and I am a Galarian Meowth. Now, I'm going to go into Volt Orb. And then I am just going to Volt Switch, I believe. Because Volt Switch will pick up a KO. This could have Ice Beam, and it would be a good read if it goes to the Ice Beam now. It would be very, very good. But we will take a Surf if they go for that. They're going to Flip Turn. Alright. Okay. But I am faster than everything because I am Choice Scarf, Volt Orb. Free Hazard. So it's going to be the Glimmet. I believe, yeah, Volt Switch is definitely going to KO this from here. So, I just Volt Switch. They can go into Grookey then. What do I want them to do here? So, I'm going to go into Mankey. Grassy Glide, if they are like Jolly, will only do like 70%. But my Meowth goes for a Fake Out and just wins this game on the Grookey anyway. So that's why I brought the fake out, to try and get chip on that thing. We are speed tying with the Grookey if it doesn't go for the Grassy Glide. So they're going to take the rocks and the spikes, and there is the Grassy Surge. So I'm just going to go for the U-turn here. They could just Grassy Glide if they want. If they're jolly, it will not KO. If they go for another move, it will be a speed tie. Yeah, so not going for a flashy win on the first week, just going for the win. Just trying to keep it nice and safe. And they do go for the Grassy Glide, and as you can see, it does not KO. So we KO here. And then I'm going to let MEOWTH get the last KO with Fake Out. Just because, you know, why not? Thank you, Roid Rage, taking out the biggest threat on the team. So, yeah, just going to let our Galarian MEOWTH at home get the last KO with the Fake Out. Yeah, so we're going to get a little bit of HP back. Ooh, whopping 1 HP back. Here's just a crit. So we go for... It dies to hazards anyway, doesn't it there? Yeah. So I didn't even need to go for the Fake Out. Alright, so that is a KO to Roly-Coly, actually. So, yeah, fun game. Super excited to be playing in Little Cup. It's just, yeah, it's just good fun. The last one I did was UNPL Fall Brawl, I believe it was called. And we made playoffs in that, so maybe we can make playoffs in this too. Good game to Zach. As I said, make sure to check him out. He's very good. He helped me out before getting a comp when I got locked into a different one. So yeah, make sure you do check him out. And if you have enjoyed the battle, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As I said, we're on the run to 300 subscribers by the end of the year. We've got like 5 months left, and we're at 214 as we're recording this. So let's get the people. And yeah, hope you enjoyed.